everyone, and welcome to today's 10 Minutes on the Fly. My name is Cassandra Vaynerchuk, and we're coming to you here from my office. And I wanted to take this time to talk a little bit about these influencers and the women specifically who operate in the weirdest places that I've ever seen, beyond the old days of Hollywood, in a new form of crazy. Like, it's literally just crazy women doing crazy shit, intimidating the hell out of everybody while doing nothing for anyone else, while proclaiming they do stuff for other people. So I have a series of photographs that are going to be coming out in the next 2 days to show you a specific example of a woman named Mona Van, who's a Persian who lives a life of royalty. However, she does nothing. She doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, she doesn't educate, she doesn't do meditation, she doesn't do yoga, she doesn't do anything for anyone. Yet there she goes in another outfit, posing on her platform, intimidating people. Meanwhile, they're all doing the same thing, and they're all learning from this Ponzi scheme of no delivery so that they can look cool on a platform and a pedestal. I like to reference old videos of things that I've produced. Like today I did a video today with Gary Vaynerchuk showing you that you do, as a 19-year-old, need to have a sense of yourself, figuring out a direction that you want to take your life, and get curious in a multidimensional facet of an ability to use your brain to behave yourself. So a lot of people misconstrue the words that Gary says when he speaks, thinking, well, I can just live under my parents' roof and do what I want to do and destroy humanity, and it'll be okay because social media this, and then I'll turn into the girl who wears the white outfit, does the little dip pose, and it really actually misconstrues the message and the intent of what Gary Vaynerchuk presents to an audience, because he doesn't ever slow down because he's so busy with all of his content, and you're busy with your lives to be like, almost like I'm the middleman to explain to you what he's actually saying. What he's actually saying is, don't control your children, let them find their way, and trust in them while holding a roof, meaning don't let them go too high on their own supply, while still being the parent to allow them to explore what they're capable of. See, the problem is it's like this all or nothing mentality when it comes to the kids. And we've been abused by the Democrat system during the Obama administration. And I know you may not believe this because you're that self-righteous to your kids. So you're going to be that self-righteous to me, to let you know that there is opportunity on the internet. But in a logical mind, if I could take myself back to the age of 19 and knowing what I know to be the evolution in society, I know for a fact for myself, the way that I grew up and who I've been around, that I would definitely find a career of education in addition to utilizing the internet as a source of curiosity to grow myself as a person. Because the interest in me for growing, for example, for me started at a very young age. I watched the Oprah Winfrey Show. I read books that made no sense to people who were at the age of 16 and 17 or even 19 years old, because most people at that age are just boy chasing. They're just looking for their bag. However, I had a vast awareness of my own self, that I knew that I wanted something big for myself in my life. So then I got curious and I started the work very, very young, taking risks, failing, learning and growing and trying new things when it scared me. And if it doesn't scare you, then it's not big enough. Or you're just a narcissist. So it's like kind of one of those things. The problem with these women is they don't teach anything except for the 7 deadly sins. And I've talked to you about this continuously. It's the AI experience of the nasty that's being developed within our youth. Dylan Mulvaney is an example of you looking at this person who's not really a person, who's actually a robot. Like, if you were to look at Dylan Mulvaney and you're like not in the AI world, you would literally say, wow, that's really strange. That's not true, authentic light. That's the devil's work. That's the Middle East shit. That's what Monavand offers. So it occurs as if it's this big light of, I will give you this same energy. I'm glowing in light and all this other nonsense. However, there's nothing to back it up. So you're in a constant rat race of a circular motion of never getting anywhere in your existence, and then feeling depleted, and then getting lifted up, and then falling down, and then getting up. So it's like, I guess they would call it bipolar behavior. See, Dylan Mulvaney and Alex Earl, they're 22 years old, and they're teaching girls how to go to parties. They're teaching boys to cut off their genitals. That's not normal in a normal world, even in the form of equality. That's not giving them a fair chance. This isn't giving kids a fair chance. No, you set a baseline, you set law and order and rules, and then you're open to the curiosity of a logical conversation. No, but these people of the Democrat system are in this form of seduction and a free-for-all, literally recognizing that pride is a 7 deadly sin. GLAAD, it used to be gay, lesbian, and I want to say it was DIKE, but I can't remember. LGBTQP element of V. I don't even fucking know. It's like, how many times are we going to have to praise you for making bad decisions because you're that insecure? See, these people don't hold themselves accountable for anything. They just hide behind their looks. And they're not even that attractive. They're not attractive on the inside, that's for sure. And on the outside, they look like plastic surgery nightmares. They're 22 years old. They're getting Botox. They're getting fillers. They're getting their fat sucked out of their faces. And they're 22 years old. They don't work out. They show you themselves lying on tables, getting their bodies ironed out, while then pretending to work out, and they call that inspiration. However, they've never actually said the word inspiration. It's the implication that it's inspiration. So they don't even know why they're doing it, except for the fact that they're growing in followers. However, their following isn't really growing, and it's all bots. Literally, it's a bot rampage. And I tried to explain and express to you how the bots work. And I've talked to you about this many times in the past. A couple years ago, I really focused on it, but I've moved so quickly with content and information that it's hard for me to remind you of how the bot system works. It's like a flock of birds flying in the air. Okay, everybody, we have a piece of content coming out, and we want everyone, this is to the bots. We're gonna use the algorithm, they paid for it, and then we're gonna send the birds, which are the birds that support these people, onto these people's pages who have 1 million followers, and we're going to like. Now, if you can imagine on your platform at this point in your existence of the feeling that you get from being liked by someone on a picture that you posted that you might be a little insecure about. They build off of that supply. Now imagine that you get comments in the comment section because you're in the elite circuit of people with verified accounts. So it'd be like if you're at a job and you like a particular person because they have the potential to give you a promotion, and they give you an attaboy. Now they've got that on their side. The opposite end of that is they see people who are threats, and they send those same birds over to your platform to literally annihilate someone with negative comments in the comment section for no particular reason. They don't have any feeling because they're robots. It happened on this platform, actually, I think it was yesterday. They said, I can't believe you posted that. You can't believe that I posted a piece of content that makes perfect sense? So now the attempt is to stop you from producing content? This is more than just someone had the audacity to come onto your page and comment in that comment section. That's actually them trying to stop you from educating audiences, because if your information actually helps people, then they become irrelevant. The fact that they do fit check constantly and do nothing but whine, they're whining to you. Oh, good morning. Like they're your friend, they're not your friend. Yet it's hard to get it across from you because what they've done is they've separated you from reality and created this fake illusion that your life is lived online. It is lived online. It could be lived online in a way of decency and normalcy. However, that doesn't work for someone like Kim Kardashian, because the more you get to know Kim Kardashian, the more you realize you can't stand her. The more you realize how irrelevant they are and how ridiculous they are and how unintelligent they are and how she didn't even go to high school. You do know the stories about people whose parents pay their way through school to get the grade? Yeah, that happened with Kim Kardashian. She didn't want to be bothered with going to high school, and now they're going to give her a fake law degree while she passes what she calls the baby bar. Well, they use the media to promote that as if that's normal. That's not normal. That doesn't create law and order. That does the opposite, showing you the judicial system as a corruption tactic and utilizing it as a weapon. She literally is telling you that they're continuously using the judicial system as a weapon. They're using pharmacy as a weapon. There's no reason for anyone to be on that many medications. What the hell do you think they did in the old days? In the 1950s, in the 1970s, did they have a plethora of lists of medications? No, that's called big pharma, and that's a dangerous business because you're that ignorant, because you're that greedy. ADHD medicine starting at the age of youth for children because you don't want to educate your child and you created the autism in your kid. So instead of dealing with the problem that you made, you just hand them a pill. And that's really what we have going on here in today's society with the youth, with the government, and they're all looking to get their bag, and no one's saying, no, that's not right. Except for me and Donald Trump. How much more money does a Democrat need to make, and how much more foolishness are you willing to show off to a bunch of erratic AI followers? Because there's more people that aren't interested in AI at this point, because there's a lot of people in the world that are there's the development of something, and then there's the post creators who utilize it as an accentuation into their life. For example, there's people that don't really give a shit about the technology advancements. They're perfectly happy living normal lives, and then they let the other people take the lead, and then what do? And then they utilize the product when it becomes like ironed out. And they live comfortable lives, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, an influencer tells those people that you're not good enough. That's the new age and the new norm of society. What does that do? Is that breaks up families, that breaks up connection, that breaks up reality. And now we've got women wearing fancy outfits, sitting there with microphones. Well, what I think is that when I eat vegan, I decided I wanted to do vegan because she was doing vegan and it was the cool thing in LA. And I wanted to go to Erewhon and sound like I was cool. I knew that I couldn't eat French fries when I was eating because it was greasy and fried. I've always been a size 0. Look at how skinny I am. I eat a bean diet. You can't logically tell me that that makes any sense. You can't logically tell me that a woman hosting an eat clean party to show off her ring, to show off her money, to show off for nobody. Because if you this is an example of how stupid these people are. If you watch a clean eat party video, there's nothing to educate on. Vitamin D. Vitamin E. Eat clean. Junk that a cow eats. Grain and grass, junk. Wow, that's very, very educational. Thank you, doctor. That is a doctor speaking. That's a pharmacist who supposedly went to pharmacy school. However, guess what she also did? She said she started her LA career when she was 21. So I'm not sure how you were in two places at once, because we all know that when you want to be a journalist, you don't want to be a pharmacist. Although we do know that you like to put tinctures in people's drinks and in their brains to make them fall asleep. so that you can use your weaponry of your seduction fart to fart all over society. Now imagine if you can do it with, you did it with one person, and then you did it with 5 people, and then you did it with 10 people, and now you have 1 million followers. Not to mention you have the backings of a Democrat system, because you then showed us that you were at the White House, at the US Capitol, telling whatever you need, I'm here for you. That's some corruption. That's some major ass corruption shit. That literally says to you that she's corrupt as shit. She literally showed up for Iran, where she's riding the streets trying to cause trouble. 3 years ago, Gary Vaynerchuk and Monovan were seen on the street promoting riots in Iran. That shows that she's not up to shit. That shows that she's corrupt. That shows that she's a terrorist. She consistently posts, and this is what you all fucking do, to hurt other people. Alex Cooper just did it yesterday or whatever day she did, showing off the background because she was battling some girl because she talked shit about her relationship while she's partying at bars, when she literally was in a magazine promoting a lingerie. Why would you, listen to this folks, why would you share yourself in lingerie while you're about to get married? And in the old days of marriage, a woman's purity is lost the night of her wedding. So everyone knows that you're F-U-C-K-ing your husband the night of your wedding, because that is the way to make a kid, to have a kid. Like the whole point of, they have totally created this facade of reality when it comes to relationships to make themselves more relevant than you. Now, you may or may not see it because you have low self-esteem, but I am in the mix of this shit, and I don't believe in that shit. You do you with your man over there. I don't want your man. They want your man, and they try to put on you that I want your man. I don't want your man. I got a man. They try to glorify their relationships as if they don't have any problems, while they try to create problems in your relationships by wearing weird clothes and posing awkwardly. They don't have conversations that make any sense, and they talk about nonsense and garbage. Example is even in your commercials. There's a commercial out with a woman who is a decorator, supposedly a decorator. And this is the commercial. She's sitting on a couch, and she's like, well, I like to think that creativity goes into design. Well, yeah, duh. And then she says, and I like to tell stories. Oh, well, that's unique. Now, what about in what you're seeing of plain white walls is anything of entertainment for anyone except for you glorifying yourself because you're in a fucking commercial? Another girl leans into the camera and says, my armpits aren't the only thing that stink. That's disgusting. It's not humorous because you're a nobody, you're not a brand, you're not a good person, you're a shit-ass person. You're a big fat girl who has no self-esteem, and you're like a blob of jelly. And you're literally leaning in, so you have no confidence, no self-esteem, and you said, my armpits aren't the only thing that stink. And you thought that was appropriate. You think that's a normal feeling for someone to think it's funny to have other areas of their body that doesn't smell fresh? You might think that they might have a medical concern. You might think that they're embarrassed by it, and it's not cute to have a woman with jelly fat sit in front of them and make them feel less attractive and less like a human because you're dehumanizing everyone. You're making everything insignificant when everything's significant. It's significant for you to eroticize yourself into posing with a fit check. That's all you do, Pookie. And now you're pregnant? Are you shitting me right now? The fact that we have to watch, what's her name? Bieber bitch run around with a fake pregnancy belly. How do you sleep at night? How do you sleep at night? I could not believe this shit. This is the most bogus shit I've ever seen and heard of in my life. The fact that you actually think that this is the way to success in existence so that you can wear fancy clothes, walk a carpet, get flashes. I actually feel like gagging. While while working with motherhood. You better fucking believe that shit is nasty. That's called without integrity, nothing fucking works. You can sit on your end with your high horse, stick up your fucking ass, but money ain't shit in the grand scheme of things. You just made it more important than the relationships that we have on this planet to make this world work. It is beyond people's own thoughts that you would actually do this to humanity. That would be for the Apple crew. That would be for Microsoft and Bill Gates. But you want to understand that these people are insane. This is worse than the story of Scrooge. This is they're terrorizing you on purpose so that they can feel something inside themselves while they disintegrate what we know to be normal living, which there's nothing wrong with living a normal life and assisting thy neighbor. But now it's so scary out there because all of you are watching perversion and being friends and learning how to behave like them. So that means all of us have to be afraid when we walk into the grocery store because some BLM person might think something or do something because of inequality conversations. Because guess who started that shit? Joe Biden and Obama. So all your inequality conversation was actually you just trying to create inequality. And that's the secret of what they're all up to. They're all trying to create the problems. They created these problems. We had insecure people, period, across the board. White, black, Hispanic, all. However, they made more priority, and they always have, for the black people. Because you don't want to get off your ass and learn like Denzel Washington or Kanye West did. You didn't want to learn. You wanted to lie on your ass and collect your welfare check. And we all called you out on it. And then you said, well, I'm black. Slavery wasn't in this world for that very much long when it comes to the United States of America. You want to take a look at the Middle East and the Persians and how long they enslaved people. And they like enslaving you black people. They're the ones that put you in those chains in the first place, not the white man. No, the Persian bitch, she's the one that did that shit to you. So you better take a look long and hard who the actual concern and problem is, and you will not miss it when you see Mona Van produce a piece of content, because she's literally already trying to create and recreate slavery in any which way she can, because she knows she is caught. Every piece of content she produces, she shits herself because she knows I'm going to find it. She knows I'm going to expose her, yet she can't stop because it is ingrained in her brain that she is a princess of Persia, and that's the fucking lie. You all ain't shit. That goes for you, Nora, out of Washington, D.C., who allegedly got a degree so she can look hot. Her degree, looking hot and trading clothes with Mona Van, who showed up at an Eat Clean party, a snooze event where they both looked like fucking morons while they battled the attention of Gary Vaynerchuk, who's married to me. While Nora's husband sits right there and Mona Van flirts with the other one. You really want to understand how fucked up this whole shit is and how it's necessary to hire these undercover agents, and we've got them globally, guys, globally. They're global. We've got this shit going on in every country at this point, and it all is a democratic regime that's global of a world war associated to AI. And I'm going to tell you who's going to win in the end. That's going to be me. That's going to be God. That's going to be Trump. That's going to be the Republicans, the Republic of the Constitution, who will assist the globe to get us back into peace, back into law and order, and to stop this nonsense and garbage, and to stop the Ukraine, to stop the Palestinians, to stop the Iranians, to stop the influencers, and to stop the Hollywood bullshit, to get us back into entertainment, education, and morals and ethics. Because we don't want to see your tits and your buttholes, Kim Kardashian. We don't want to see your big fat titties, Kylie Jenner, Kendall Jenner. You're ugly. You're not attractive. You're annoying as shit. And all of your shit with this new technology, it's shining through. It is shining through, folks. You think you're hiding behind your good looks? No, that's just the mask. No, this shit right here, this shit's fucking real, and I'm literally exposing your asses day, brick by brick, just like Gary Vee said. VCon 2024, you better be ready for that shit, because I'm producing some intense fucking conversation, some intense fucking work, and it's going to continue until that day, August 9th to August whatever, till I stop this pathway of aggressive education to bring awareness to the internet of what you motherfuckers are all up to, because I'm fucking tired of this motherfucking shit. Your shit's fucking garbage, your behavior is erratic and illogical, and we are fucking tired of it. I just want to say thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. We are now going to be producing it on the platform. Thank you so much for watching my content. My name is Cassandra Vaynerchuk. Have a wonderful day.